Hello, lovely people. I have some wonderful picture books I wanted to share with you. They've just arrived in the last couple of weeks, and I just think they're divine and they're so worth sharing. I have shared a couple on Instagram already, but I just wanted to go into a little bit more about them. So the first one is called Littlelight, and this is by Western Australian author Kelly Canby, who also does the illustrations, of course. It's with Fremantle Press. And it's just the most beautiful, modern, clever, enlightening, important book. It's not something that you would expect from the cover, which is what I love the most about it. I also love how Kelly has used these beautiful fluorescent colorings. And look at the end papers. I mean, just unbelievably beautiful. And then she also uses colour throughout the story to impart the meaning of the story. So she starts out talking about this little light town called Littlelight. And she says, no one in the grey old town of Littlelight noticed at first a brick missing from here, a brick missing from there. So you can see she's done this wall, and there's this mysterious fluorescent ladder leaning against the wall. And as the book progresses, we meet the good old mayor, who loves his wall and likes to keep things all shut up and safe from the horrible outside and you know, the glorious people and ideas that live outside his own brain. And you can see here this gorgeous, look at this, I love this gorgeous visual representation of who and what might be going on here. So essentially the bricks are coming down, the wall is being torn down, and as we go through the book, we discover that there are 4 external places around the town of differing people, differing colours, differing ideas, differing traditions, different culture. How heavenly does that sound? Yeah, we get glimpses of these people and the glorious people that they are too. And as the book progresses, I don't want to give you too much more because I just think it's something that you really need to see. We learn that, you know, tearing down walls can be an extremely, extremely good thing. Highly recommend this book. I love that it surprised and delighted and uplifted me, particularly at this curious time. Okay, the next book is by one of my favourites. This is Gus Gordon, and it's with Puffin. It's called Finding Francois, and I have long loved Gus's work. It just has such heart and beauty, and his illustrations are so utterly charming. I particularly love his colourways. Few people do colour like Gus does. Love the little bottle end papers. And in this book we meet Alice. Alice lives in Paris with her grandma, and although she's very happy, I covered that bookcase, she's very happy living with her dear gran, she misses being with people of her own age and ilk. So what she does one day is she writes a letter and puts it in a bottle. Classic thing to do, isn't it? Classic start to a storyline, but it's just wonderful where this storyline goes. She tosses this note in the bottle into the Seine. I love this image here. And off it goes until it bumps into a little island in the middle of nowhere and comes across a young fellow called François Poulain. He's walking along the shore when he sees this bottle, and to his delight, he makes a pen pal. And so the story goes on just so charmingly and beautifully. Look at these illustrations. So, so beautiful. And this friendship develops between Alice and Francois. And look, it's just an age-old theme of such gorgeousness and heart. It's beautifully rhythmic, the story. It's emotional without being twee. It's fun. It's just, the illustrations again are just to die for. It's really a keeper, this one, and I hope you can look out for it. The next one was sent to me by one of my publishers. This is Claris, the Chicest mouse in Paris. This is published by Hardie Grant Egmont, and it's written and illustrated by the illustrious Megan Hess, who is a design aficionado. She's an illustrator, and she does exquisite fashion design, fashion illustrations for some of the largest you know, fashion design houses in the world, including Hermès, Chanel, Yves Saint Laurent, etc. So I've long followed and loved her work. So what a delight it was to see her produce a children's book. And Claris, of course, is an illustrious fashion designing mouse. She lives just out on the outskirts of Paris and longs to go into Paris to further her career as a designer. So she one day some francophile frogs descend in a balloon and say, "Darling, we love your work, please come to Paris with us." So she's delighted and off she goes. And when she gets to Paris, she finds a mouse hole in the apartment of a rather precocious, rather spoiled young girl. I just have to show you this picture. For fashion lovers out there, I mean, what more could you need than this book? It's just divine. I so love this. And look at little Claris there, just marvelling at these stylish women. So here is the precocious young chick. And when Claris moves into the apartment, she unfortunately runs into a cat. But the cat is not what it seems. And that's what I love about this book, is it's just unexpected. And the story goes on. Again, I won't share too much more, but I mean, just look at these beautiful fashion illustrations. And there is now a series of these books, which I'm now coveting desperately. So this is for the fashion lover in all of us, and it also is a really charming and adventurous story. Wonderful stuff. Right, these are my two most recent finds. This is called I Ate Sunshine for Breakfast. What a title. A celebration of plants around the world. It's written by Michael Holland FLS and Phillip Giordano, and it's published by Flying Eye Books, which is one of my favourite publishers. Gorgeous, beautiful embossed cover, and look at the colourways, just divine, gorgeous production. And inside, check out those end papers, is one of my favourite illustration styles, which of course is graphic design style. This is just superb. I really love this. It does come with a contents page. It's quite a thick book, 128 pages or something or other. So we have things like all about plants, a world of plants, so the plant kingdom, evolution, adaptation, life in the extremes, hot and dry weather, etc. From breakfast until bedtime. So basically how, you know, we enjoy food through the day. The power of plants. And I also love how it has do-it-yourself little bits and pieces through the book. So in the part 1, you can make your own plant maze, you can play conkers, you can make cornflower slime. And what I love about this is it just highlights the importance of plants, not only for our ecology and the way our poor dear earth is functioning, but also the importance of eating plants and getting to know plants and understand plants and how good they are for us. And of course that wonderful connection we have to creatures that are certainly not, you know, they are living incredible beings that we can really connect with. I do believe that Prince Charles has got it right. So here you can see, why do plants matter? I mean, children need books like this, they really do. Beautiful illustrations, a note on plant names, what is a plant, little pockets of did you know. So such a pretty book. Love the little bits of text interspersed with the illustration. This is so important for particularly young children who might struggle to read large blocks of text. It allows the children to scan the page and look for information that they are drawn to. I mean, look how clever. This is a really beautiful book. The blurb says, ever wondered where your breakfast cereal comes from? Did you know that the rubber in your shoes came from a tree? These are just such simple concepts that a lot of children have no idea about. An important, glorious book, one of my favourites this year. And the last one is from the illustrious Phillip Bunting. This is published by Scholastic, and this is another in his lineup of simple but divinely funny and gorgeous books. This is about a quokka who is really not interested in being cute. He's jack of being cute, frankly. So, love the end papers. So, let's meet this little fellow. Once there was a quokka. Quokka was very cute, but Quokka did not like being cute, not one bit. I want to be dangerous, yapped Quokka. Too cute. How dingo. Not cute, barked Quokka. And on he goes as more animals join the fray, basically poo-pooing the idea that he is cute, he's not interested in being cute. And of course, the more he tries to be not cute, the cuter he gets until he meets a crocodile. This is a typically funny book. But what I love about Phil's work is he's not afraid to be a little contentious, and it's certainly a contentious book in some ways, but kids will, you know, if adults don't get it, kids certainly will. And I love that he doesn't make all of his characters perfect, ideal. I think children are sometimes not exposed enough to the crappy parts of life and of people. We all have crappy parts. We can all be horrible. And sometimes learning about these types of people or reactions is a good way for children to learn how not to be. So much in children's books is about you should be this, you should be that, isn't it? So having books that give children the opposite perspective, where they can look at someone's behaviour and view it in a way that's kind of like, oh, he's kind of been a jerk, is really, really clever and important. And this is why I think this book is really, really wonderful. Gorgeous illustrations and colourways as always with Phillip Bunting's work. All right, they are some of my favourites in the past few months. I hope that you can look them up sometime and maybe bring them into your home and enjoy them with the kids. If you're liking my videos, please like and subscribe, and so I can keep doing more, and I will have some book production videos coming up soon. I promise, I promise. Okay, take good care and happy reading.